Hello people, today we're going to talk about getting you into the mercenary camp event or merc event. As you've been hearing, we're looking like we're finally going to get one. So for those of you that have not done one, please bear with us as we're going to try and explain this the best we can. The first part of this is for people that have bots that have not done a camp yet. When they get here, I'll show you what they look like. This is what they will look like on your map next to cities. Okay, some of them you may notice may or may not have numbers beside them. It is not a level of the merc camp, or it hasn't been in the past. It doesn't matter what level it is. They all have basically the same amount of troops in them. So let's go back to where we was. To start with, we're going to go to the simple stuff first. You go to your bot. If there's only two out that you can use, BAO or bot and tools. So you'd go to where you would research to find your barb camps. You change that where it says type, you change it to hideout. Then you select the city that you're going to crest out of, and then you click research. Okay, then at that point it will list all of the mercenary hideouts within a 75-mile distance of you. Now, for those of us that have done them in the past, some of us have actually got smart enough to bookmark them. And by bookmarking, that allows us to go in and, find mercenary camps. You can also use KOC1. He also is able to search out where the merc camps will be. Okay, everybody that is possibly can do them needs to do them. You get wonderful, wonderful things in them. You basically only need a couple things for them. In your throne room, you need some range, some attack. They're saying also you need a, if you can add it, besides range and attack, add accuracy and bonus to find items. Those four things will help you in your search or quest in the mercenary camp events. There is a chandelier that has the where is it? There's a chandelier that has, it's the green chandelier that has the, there it is, if it quits jumping around. Okay, the green chandelier has chance to find items in PvP. That also means your mercenary camp event. If you notice, the chandelier of Green Knight also has a range on it. It has two. Well, on mine it has two range. It also has chance to find items, and it has attack on it. So this is a very good card to have. If you don't have this, it's no big deal. You can crest and get other cards. Okay, so no worries there. Okay, but like I said, you want range. Your Father Winter, wherever he's at in here, I got him too. He's another one that has range on it if you got him. So that'll help you there with your chandeliers. So right at the present time, you want range, you want attack, accuracy, and a chance to find items. Okay, if you can get as many of those things as you can in your throne room, it will help you considerably with your search for the mercenary camp event. Also, preferably would be to have at least one or two portals. Try and find one where not there's 500 people piled in around it. You want to get relatively close to one if you can. Just have enough food in your city to feed your raiding troops. Also, when you're doing the merc events, I do not do raids during this time. I send all my troops to my AP city, but before they get here, I make sure I have raids, full rally points running in every city. I also have, as you see, I also run constant transports to my AP city. So I constantly have every city I have running full force. So this helps in avoiding CAPTCHA. CAPTCHA is a code that you will have to type in if you do things too quickly or have too much going on. Once it starts, you're basically done. You won't be able to do anything in the game. So you want to make sure that when you're setting up your cresting, that you don't crest too quickly and have too many things going on, cresting for cards, doing raids, doing transports, cresting the mercenary camp events. You don't want to be doing all that. For the most part, you need to focus on one thing and one thing only, and that's a merc event. Okay? Got that out of the way. You know what they look like. Okay? Back to this. This is what they look like. They, like I said, they may or may not have numbers, but it don't matter. They all have the same amount of troops in them. As far as troops to send at them, if you have the cards, have the items in your throne room that I told you about, you will only need to test one first, okay? Get close, like in this city here is relatively close to one. This city here is relatively close to one. So is this one up here, okay? You want to get relatively close to one if you can. You're not going to be doing raids, okay? So you can, but I don't, because I don't get CAPTCHA, okay? Not saying you can't get CAPTCHA, but let's hope you don't, okay? So, you want to get relatively close to them. It's worth the port if you have a port to port on one. If you have one by you, great, you don't have to go nowhere. The more people that is cresting a one mercenary camp event, the less it's going to put out. They say no, but I've done testing that shows otherwise. But you take it for what you want. Okay? Now, back to this. Okay, as you go down through, you'll see this event was for the event in August, I believe it was. And you get what they called, who knows what they're going to call them this time. During this event, it was Rutherford boxes we had to get, and you collect so many of them. Well, each time you crest these mercenary camp events, you'll get an item, a drop item, or you'll get a box. You want to pick your item that you want to get between one of the items listed, okay? You only get one of them as your grand prize. You pick what you want for your grand prize, okay? We'll try and have as much information out for you as we can, so you'll have plenty to look at. We'll get stats on everything. Next, you'll see on the boxes that you get, before I get too far, go ahead and do all your cresting until the last day. Do not open these boxes. Leave them in inventory till the last day. Then you go by the number of items you need to collect to get the grand prize you want. Okay? Once you have that, then you're good to go. You can start opening some. Be very careful in opening. Make sure you take that number 1 out of the box, because if you don't, and you put any other number in there, like 10, it'll take 110 of them out, which could cost you what you want to get. Okay, so be careful when you're using these boxes towards the end. Okay, next, you want to look at the times and the domains that they're doing. This is just an example of the days and times that they were doing it and the domains they were doing at that time. These are subject to change. Who knows what Rocky is going to do. Okay, now you have items that they drop. Okay, usually they do DIs, Divine Inspiration, Sacred Inspiration, Portals of Refugee, Portals of Order, Lucky Tokens, Master Tokens, and a bunch of speed ups. Those speed ups are very important to your game. Lesser Lucky Tokens, and we have had in the past, we've had U branches as well. So you want to be careful, you know, those you get immediately. Those go to your inventory immediately. Set your cresting up to launch about every 3 seconds or so, and make sure you're refreshing periodically. And you want to kind of delete your reports. Okay, these are pictures of cards that they were, you get to pick one of these as your grand prize. These are not the items that are going to be on the grand prize list. Okay, who knows what they're going to be this time, but this will give you an idea. Okay, then the troop count. The troop count was this. Okay, this can also change. If they bring out a new troop type, then this is subject to change. They'll put the new troop type also in there. So when you first get started, you may have to test a couple times to see how many archers you need to send to them. If you have the range, the attack, and all that other stuff, great. You could probably get away with starting at, say, 40K in archers. Okay, send 40K at archers. If you're losing archers, then raise it up by 5K. If you're not losing, then drop it down 5K till you start losing troops. Once you start losing troops, go back up 5K, and that's your sweet spot. That's where you want to be at. Though, if you're hitting with those, you won't be losing anything. You also want to go through and set up your watch yourself so that you're not running into too much time as far as getting things set up. I crest out of 2 or 3 cities. Some people crest out of all 8 cities when the mercenary camps come in. It's just a matter of preference and how many troops you got. Okay. Also award your knight skill points. And sorry. Award your knight skill points. And if you need help with cresting, I will also put out a how to crest using the bot, so you know how to do that. Any questions? Hit your alliance up, and let's hope we have a good event. Thanks. Bye.